Jefferson Machana Peboko there.
Nanaya, Bibia Boko, it's always good to see you.
Always good to see you.
And apart, Bia energy level now, yeah, different.
We try our best. Memo Abaso for winning that year primaries and now contesting as a parliamentary candidate for the NPP. Can you give me a brief description about Bibia making?
Yeah.
Ablekuma Central.
Ablekuma Central, basically, the soul of the capital. You can say the soul of the capital, and actually say, and Krankrum Henina, you can be beer, Ejumakesi ewo in terms of businesses.
Yeah.
Na the very famous Abosokain spare parts dealers. And Wamoka Ablekuma Central constituency home. There were 7 electoral areas.
Yeah.
Ajembu, Memwete, Oko Shukura area, Mambrook, Uba Mataheko, Uba Latebio Koshi areas. And all those areas, I can't hold but tree, New Russia, near Dianoa. These are areas Ubie Fimbi. And yet, say, Yenina if be nearby, apart from the indigenous gangs, WOHO, Uba Abuso Kanya, Yenkufuo. Any Asante-4, Fante-4 kakra wum, Achim-4 kakra wum, Uba around Shukura, Anase Mambrook electoral area. Yeah, you feed the northern parts of the country. You go hobi bre. Uba Latebio Koshia, Eja, hospital I ben yen, ye Kolibu teaching hospital I wo Ablekuma South Ninti, a doctor for WOHO, and nurses for WOHO, Matahiko. A lot of them work in the government sector in terms of the ministries and, of course, the private sector also having a lot in the Ajembu area. In Ablekuma Central, predominantly, into every election, nea utumi ewini anase utumi holdi Ablekuma Central constituency no, sa party no. And in most cases, statistically, utumi winning the general elections. Until we share the closeness of the 2020 elections now, and on a bit show the closeness of the parliament that we have today. The difference was 204 votes.
Just 204.
204 votes between the sitting member of parliament and the former member of parliament, Honorable Ebenezer Nina Anate. So that's a basic description of Ablekuma Central constituency. But yatene say, ye mamenom eton wache, yeton koko, agidinom, oba around Mambrook, Shukura, town council line. Sabe Ablekuma Central, ubia wohobi, esikafone woho.
Yeah.
Middle income fonds so woho. And but at the end of the day, the spirit of the people of Ablekuma Central constituency, and not all the time, it overshadow the negativity that we have. In Tinube who say bia na kukure baby or born a home boarding, tuani ban school fees in kakra, ube huano abe minister, ube huano abe journalist. Senia meme story in it abrana mini na yo matai kutro station. In fact, na me mame dokono na oton fanti dokono they call 7 great princess e wala tabio koshi they call Race Memorial School e wadan suman me we ya me de call Accra High kakra me de call GIJ. By the time I me we me start adwuma e wo TV Africa me nya scholarship e call Germany me fi Germany no they appointed me West African correspondent for DWTV enumu na echire me no be ye adwuma e wo Joy FM multimedia correspondent kakra CNN, Echo Canada, so Echo Afro Global Television as vice president, and Anyame Adom Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo winning 2016 elections, and Eja Rebecca Abai who aye Juma besi ene. Intino, I think my story is a basic description.
And I must say that as a journalist, I mean, you did an awesome job. One of those we could say, this guy in his journalism field was one of Onua excellent, did their job perfectly. And so we could say that about you. Indeed, you were deep, and meaning what Ablekuma Central for would gain from the vast experience you've had as a journalist. And one thing about journalists is because of a Juma ENT, most of the time we know the basic issues that has to do with and how because we work directly with them. We go out here, call region to region, constituency by constituency, and they talk to us a lot. I don't know.
Now, the thing about being in Parliament, asema de biameka, say Parliament, no, unim say emrani WOHO.
Yes.
And embrace their communication, kasa. There are 3 very important things you have to look out for. Anybody who wants to represent you in Parliament. A very important says nipa krono ebe ye communicator, because when you communicator or Parliament, speaker no crown to be in catching attention.
I want to
obey the voice of the people. Secondly, a lobbyist. You can lobbyist ubia utumi rera kona bia akwaje nema ebra ne nkrofo utumi negotiate what you say, because ebe you can say bia Ghana Armed Forces soldier for 300 the whole Ghana. You need a lobbyist to go and defend why Ablekuma Central constituency alone needs a BIA. Exactly. Majority. Ebeba constituency. Now, but to me, a lobby a defend why Ablekuma Central constituency should get that. So we nya bibisa ewo parliamenta. Ube unse 4 years nedu. Na unkrofu nyashe. Na fi excuses abim. And most importantly, someone who is connected. Ubia sebe wejija ne ho obebi bebre na eja medie wa wonim ensentre dwuma ye yenti eni etu kwan bebre ko Germany ko Italy cover Liberia cover Sierra Leone eye dwuma wo USA kakra ne ade enti no de bia me catch me crofo say me ko parliament no enye se ebia me pese me ko parliament on a personal gain, but me ko na womo ama me tumi no na me de sa tumi no erera corners agenema abre Ablekuma Central constituency for bebia ubeko bia se be me na mampani etukwan everywhere you go ahemfo nyina problem unemployment, say youth na wie school but womunya ejuma enye na unim say yentumi and rely on government alone also to create businesses for us.
Doesn't happen
you
anyway.
need people, representatives sabi because of one experience in intino won't to me a rare corners sabi private sector cry you to me a person yama we be abre and crofo. Into that has always been my plea to the people of Ablekuma Central constituency. Our constituency needs a very vibrant voice in Parliament, a voice that can be heard, a voice that attention can be given to. And I'm very certain, without no iota of doubt, say, "Womo yamadum, na yankopon so yamadum, na me ko parliamenta, me ye juma dimpa ama Ablekuma Central."
And maybe are wondering because as journalists, only parliamentarians they complain a lot. Say journalists can be any mahochran kwan and na way about na me here way me yerenyam me gelenyam me miskan ko yi kwaya boshe me be ko school any ade anti it doesn't have. I say, Bibi Papa Nimsa. So why would a young man who Juma as a journalist risen to this level decide say
my belief is I am a story be America. Around the 1980s. Abraham Yama a ding ewufie. Na me mame eton Yama edishaya no. Ahuche bi baye na obuafu bebe boa yen. In fact, ono kraka ho ena mitumi di course 7 grades nkakra answer tree ye papa ba ya obeto aso na wo society mo a ya hwew edru saa wakwa abruchiri akoye adwuma enya these kinds of windows of opportunities. We feel say it is time for you to pay back to the community that helped you, that supported you. Adwuma no enye se wo twen ne ato aba ma ansa waye already no be brain na me yadada scholarships are medema minuanom ewa Ablekuma Central constituency both locally and internationally. Eni nyina lobbying because sabe wo omampani aso ye unim say ebia opportunity bi aba ye pe enkrofo ebia 100 akwa abruchiri akosua de because of your closeness to power into betumi lobby na wagibia koma wonkrofo. That is how it's been. Last year, many candidates because China ekosua de other candidates ako different parts of the world a wo mu nyina esuade on my own personal merit sabe unim say wo hwɛ won ma wo hwɛ won kwala enso so obehu a obi a woni ne ye adwuma ana say wo neighbor bi a oben wo obehwɛ na ne papa efiri mu prekope. In my capacity and where I find myself, it is always important se me bo ankrofo nti esa na ma gye nkwala no na sebe most cases no be no more private school bi say ne papa ti ase no school a person ne ko no ne ko
yes we free ne yakoyi na
yes obe hu se na ebusuafo atena se na yesisike ni ho nti yenyi ne nko bebi na me se da bi bebia ne papa person ko no 9 years ebi o class 4 aka ne 5 years bi moma yento yebo na kakra yento na school fees na be ya wo mu be wie. These are some of the things, the benefits are sebi constituents no ebetumi enya ewo ye ho. Apart from that, development ehun here, the history and the record is there. In Ablekuma Central, any major project ode won sabe kan Ablekuma Central constituency biano na NPP obaye enobeye from Honorable CS Crab onu do 2 years pe ena yakopon eto ne nsa frɛ no ofi ho okai 1999 by election Honorable Victor Kulenote ono so ba ye adwuma din a obeye ye ono kra na nsenya na yakopon eto ne nsa frɛ no yakopon fa ne kransie ono so adwuma din a obeye ye 2016 wind of change na blow ye no ekan yen ewa Ablekuma Central ena Honorable Ebenezanina na tebaye ono so ba ye adwuma obeye ye okwa adwembu electoral area ye gata sayeyi ye kwan a yetwa ibontumi enwie amfa kota ne ade ngusu ntino ye yi no fi so 2020 we were hoping say 4 years ananka will lay all these foundation no ye betumi anya MPB a obeba ono ne obeya ne say ade na foundation ya yedada gatas ne ya yedada into eno an say obeto so but ejuma ne nyina gu ho saa 4 years pipa bia nheda enko ho. Apart from government, municipal chief executive, ejuma kakra obeye ye ne ade schools a ye be renovate ne ade no se unya member of parliament ono so eye energetic out to me lobby to me rare places ade niam ba na ma ejuma no ayeden agoa mayen. But 4 years ni Ablekuma Central make me feel say in my perception about rapid development yakechi we need a member of parliament who would come who will be one radical with development. You can say radical with development. Not just said nya odi sini so no enwa na wo say oye because yen to me ntina ho na 4 years later ye to abama nipa baako na after 4 years no wabetna say na oma excuses and the other ntina nipa kosa line eto abama awo a wobetna so and ye hu hia kra say nka parliament no obeko intermediate me de mensa eto mensa yem pacho Ablekuma Central constituency ho na me fi ho na mete me training nyina wo ho abra me ye adwuma wo TV Africa nyina na mete latabi okoshi abra me call Liberia hwan all the places that I was abra me ne wo joy femi nyina no ho ana na mete nti mbabe pa mo
you must know their major problems me fi takrade ba aya akra. The first place I'm trying Abosoka and then moved to Mataheko. One of their problems, Mataheko, Abosoka, were roads.
Yes.
Inner roads. And then Shotwa.
Now why
you because the drainage system was very bad.
Yeah.
And now a bill hokra na miamia bill ho die fear nim bill ho na womuni a janibia inti. They also had some issues around those areas near there. I don't know. Abosoka also had a big challenge at the moment as a solve kakra, but not and also now it's your time miamia bi ho a want to me enko a major. And so Abai tries to met duties so mention my Abosoka ye and the and I say cry Okashi for Ebekasa so pay the 4 pa no be a scawa you Kashi Abosoka so they be an and it's Abosoka. Identify some of the problems no emudia he na wahunu.
Sanitation is a big problem and the same of course drainage system and in 2016 abra ye win elections no Honorable Eben editu ne so say some Mataheko adwembu electoral areas no esan gates ana in ni honti no insuo to ana ho nyina yiri into your status project no at the farm old church station hall near dear nanka or de kwako to New Russia main road na ewo no pawuli near dear no but eno na yen to me we are ye ni fees no into no a project ya shasie enka ye hia ubia ono so be who the priority of those projects nanka ye to me complete but ankoba ne sa oba baby to say aboso kan unim say utumi chin aboso kan epe baby kra sabe excuse me exactly unyebi a major problem because we say Ablekuma Central aboso kan for example land bia enshada enda but you need some priority areas bia ubetumi identify no waka say e bia ahano ubetumi aye some very decent public bi wo ho a sabi obi pese oja ne nan kra ubetumi akọ. Those are the very basic things that you also to me identify now you're working on with immediate effect, you know, moving forward. Oba baby to say zongo mu omo problems no unim say very unique. Zongo problems are always because of insunia dia ye use intino every morning of course ye be bom pa ya e wo see ye use at least wo see nya gata kakra e wo ho a ye to me e wo hore ye ho kragu mu a e beboa. Those are all major challenges e wo Ablekuma Central constituency.
Ye say nsuo beba wodin e bia beba 4 days na bakakra na I don't know whether they still have that challenge.
No challenges e wo ho and untino over the past years no I identify some places bia me feel say wo mu hia nsuo ni ade of course boreholes here and there a project amashasi I mean we though but I believe strongly say within the next few weeks no and a month ni betumi ewie na places are wo mu hia sa nsuo no wo mu tumi anya. The challenges in Ablekuma Central constituency no are very huge and so you need someone who would have a certain energy
because I was center of the chrome like ura and crying kasa na ase shiawa and kasa
ewo krom and now one more contribution to the development of Accra very huge because aboso kind taxes in kwa government ijaya jiji wo ho na nyasem kotwa ya dia emu odi yankasa. But I think central government has done significantly well. In fact, for the first time within the next few weeks or months, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo eba commissioned the second phase of the interchange na ewo ho no enono etumi ama akwan main road between Aboso Kai and Agbebulushi market ho no ho nyina beda ho. Sesia no traffic ebia emergency cases obi yare oti ambulance mu sa traffic na eba sa runabout ni nyina no eso ba betwa because ye biepe all the way Ring Road no straight to Kolebu Teaching Hospital ube to mini u patients akoho. And so I think say central government ayena famudie it's been very very smooth over the past 4 years. Yenyam MC ono so oye mame you know a caring mother and I think because of a jumana all ye need to know we to me a balance perhaps the inefficiency of whoever we have in parliament no all ye juma abua beya that gap is actually closed. But I'm very certain with prayer from the Almighty God and koponye yadom na say on the 7th of December Ablekuma Central constituency for Emma Misa to me no saminko parliament na minko serve wo mo a sa njuma we nyina no me ba me make sure say ye ba be ye hu adwuma ma na ye eno ntina sabe me wo me vision a me de ba Ablekuma Central constituency me de boa you know my vision for Ablekuma Central constituency
commercial manager was it Minchiao Johnson also Minchiao na Onua ye adwuma o my FM and 2 paint Minchiao papa na say no ma wo fie ha na edoso enti wo so chiao so vision and saying what do you have for Ablekuma Central?
Yo my outlining 8 strong visions me feel say ebetumi aboa yen e wa Ablekuma Central constituency. Key is my Aboso Kai spare parts dealers. Exactly. Womo de business na omo ye. Sabe dollar ya no de ye juma. Exactly. Enunti ena nyamia ya dom we yi bema enyumnyamfo sabe ono so ewa ho brasier Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia se ombra no be serve. Na ono so policy a ukra no major policy a ebeboa Ablekuma Central constituency Aboso Kai for or say a flat rate system di bia odeba sani ebeya ye nuanom a wo moton enema wa buso kan womo didwa e wa abrochire womo to spare parts na ye de gu container mu e de si ship so e de ba womo yi a sesia no because of the fluctuation of the dollar into no aya na e di ma womo into your sesia ba na wo ba no obeye no flat rate eno trese wo de ade no ba na say no matter what is in your container say ka say na wo so tue ni say 10,000 Ghana cedis 10,000 Ghana cedis. It doesn't affect the dollar in any way. So dollar no fluctuate to krana. This is going to be a flat rate system.
Yeah, no, I'm because more Bernardo Danko Kufado pese or Mutu Abamano no or say or mobile say obey now at a title so in fact nuisance taxes no obey no correct and say oh yeah with the budget here or the bam rashe dream ye be free so but as a real say ne bia be keka ho na as o madwa papa porter
exactly
so that's one nti gidie ben the wo say wo mo fa wo ho nto Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia promise flat rate no eso
Mahamudu Bawumia doctor mi nim no menene ye adwuma 2007 abra na nado danko akufado yi no as a running mate no his consistent level is serious or no or the idea sin and say way na me pese me ya nothing stops him from doing it, and this is a major policy wabeka, and so there is no way I was say doubt it because you see sabi enye aboso kan kwa and as our system will be affect you oko swami magazine oko different spare parts dealers across the country ade we ba beboa wo mo na before odi we ba no ono kasa ne omo kotena as before the leadership ebisa wo mo say what are your major challenges as spare parts dealers, what can I do as president of the Republic of Ghana to bring your burden down in terms of business, and as a proposal we ebaye na proposal ibaye no wanya ne keke in fact o shada to nkrofo say yenko across the West African sub-region na womo ko investigate Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, womo ports na ewo ho no the kind of policies are that won tia ema womo to no taxes no eba from and no ene yekoye ya sa idea we buy ya sebe ye accepting the say won say edum rebe no na nkrofo kraba na no mo illegally womo de akofa Togo na womo du border exactly now womo tietie nyema bi no mo di ura system no and now of course customs etumi I rectify nyema be brave e was nyema we because you see no unam kwan so kra police ni phone keke exactly or car number pay and one no if every information about your car will come all due to the digitization processor yenti. And secondly one other major policy a clean Ablekuma Central campaign and all medeba and no maybe and very consistent
sanitation a major problem
a very major problem
got to say choku
and apart from that no so kra fie na wo bola wo kra na se obi ba be yama wo kra na wo bola yire no eno so ye problem into must start project bia every electoral area me this special dustbins eba ya shase me start abuso kan me koma wo mo a number of dustbins na se so me the 100 and about 100 dustbins asia koma wo mo se ne be ya wo mo a ye namoa ye nom nsuo ne ye to atwene na ye de fa ha no obia benya a decent place
how de mataheko
exactly en kakra ejuma no so Ablekuma Central so enti wo ya a step at a time and I'm very certain say adia media si minisu is a member of parliament with collaboration with the municipal chief executives no adia yebetumi abeye emana ye and of course
no all the time ato ho ana say if you no said the magnet in fact how like within which period you hope say obetimi artificial you probably might not get it off completely.
My vision is that within the first 6 months, every corner of Ablekuma Central constituency should have these kinds of,
First 6 months.
First 6 months.
Yeah, maybe
try to hold. So every area be benya these special dustbins. No baller near the near Babes Sako. Say Ablekuma Central areas be a residential. You know, those residential areas, you know, some sanitation problems, but you need a consistent track.
Yes.
Ebe round. Fa sa enyama we. Utumi fa obi fie nim. Na baller isi hono, isi obe almost 1 week.
Yeah.
Obi ambefa. Na ye di ball egu so ama na abroso. Wehu ni nyina ebridi yare kakra ewo constituency num inte yade a me pese me beye ho adwuma e na afin so
before abekwa afin so no obi bisa question bi na ma menhwe na me team free ho ne ento aso say the people of Ablekuma Central will vote massively for Jefferson Sackey. We have had an armchair legislator in the last 4 years. He has never spoken in parliament. No development we free yes sameho and eba kwabna champon Paris say we have his records and all the money he's dashing out is corrupt money. Hey, this guy, he is so corrupt. I swear. So you corrupt. Minimum by eduma waje abia we discuss.
Development dear ye nyina ye be contribute.
Yeah.
Me policies no real policies are media to ho. Are very visible. We you be papa. It doesn't mean say you are corrupt. Papa ne ye obiba yare no na hospital ne afro sa nyama we de obi so obi a we all go through it.
Yes central for cry yes let's say bi de bia.
Abraham ye journalist kra na sa adwuma we ya de na ye dada adoye into no say obi yare exactly. Now and kakra into sana propaganda there is part of politics, but I think most importantly yes our development was a you know, and then also our roads, our drains and development 4 years who development Pepe Bia Ablekuma Central constituency since our honorable Leben Efiso got us uja yina baby adaneda sabe yanfa yenye bibia apart from nansi ya drip by ye our municipal chief executive yakotina say our no a drawn plan senya ye babe you know ye babe grade roads aye basabasa wo ho asisi amene wo ka say sa drip machine si e wo kwan so a eye adwuma in every corner of Ablekuma Central constituency. These are the kinds of development we need. You need a central government that is committed, you know, to a rapid development agenda within our communities. And all these things are yes, no. It is not a dear any possible. Everything we want to do are things that are very possible. Of course, jobs and youth empowerment. Send me canon from the beginning, no. As a member of parliament, then I'll be to me a year, of course, government sectors, job opportunities, you have to be a good lobbyist to get a lot of these things for your constituents. Miankasa amitia idansem trejuma am ye yenti. Na me commitment ne say me to me be a media house. Na me be a media house on so me ko bie no baby. Me ko bie no wo su. Anase Koliklote, Anase Ukankwe South, Anase Central, Abra Ablekuma Central constituency, WOHO. Inti me be a radio station, Energy Radio 91.1 FM. I wa Ablekuma Central constituency. Juma. Sisia many woka say a number of youth are more talent in media, music. One more year Juma WOHO. You know, at the end of the day, you are able to discover a talent who would be better than Jefferson Sackey in the next future. And since our radio station, everybody who works in Energy Radio is from Ablekuma Central constituency. Not knowing we had a lot of talent. To say mea sisia womu juma. Intinana ejuma ni dia dosu. Agenda ni dosu yakupon ya dom na se Ablekuma Central constituency for ehu ye mobo na womu to abama ye ya de beboa Ablekuma Central. Women empowerment. Emma Juma Ablekuma Central ye ma menom womo bre oba shukura ukozongo num koko anopa ye dokono ye sorry 4 a.m. ya frato ya mixeno ansana 8 o'clock
tumi abone dokono
de esija so ehye so na nsa dem na oton se no benye sika ama ne ba ku school sa niema we nyina eye niema ekoso intino me was special project bi ma the Jefferson Care Women Empowerment Fund dia media to ho obehia bebi no obeko different groups, different women groups one more your one kasa one more association. Ubehuna will be here 200 Ghana cedis. Sa 200 Ghana cedis na wo hia no odi koto kosua kekew. Na waton se na be ya ne baby o hye ne chi. Enye aduane edi. Otumi akọ school. All these things are happening. It's no me de bia me
kase. Yeah, no, eti wani so na we fra se ye dada.
Ya dia me shase ya me ye dada. You know, I've been doing it for a while. But se an pese me biem na emma wo mu ye djuma interest free loan, and what I do is me call association bi na se wo ho we huna association we be 150 people utumi pebe 10,000 Ghana cedis bi ma wo mo.
Now they are born mo bosia.
Wo di born mo bosia interest free. Yeah, interest free. Sa sika ne keke no hia no dia ye djuma bi 500 maximum obi o 1,000 cedis. Sa 1,000 cedis no wo de ma no a okoton more na so ton koko a obehu within 1 month, 2 months, 3 months.
No, no before Friday.
Exactly. Into no sa niema we nyina no eye niema eti ehia so. Who said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Yankasaka. So no kasa de sa women empowerment fund yankasa eba. And no ebe the central level. But yankasa yempotem no. Me feel say if you empower a woman, because meaning what I have gone through. Sikebi wa wo ba obi be say na sika we the be den.
Na say 200 there we chop money awia.
Exactly.
Go lunch.
But when him say ensatie nyina anyepe.
Debi.
Obi wo hia 10,000 no de ayedwuma. Obi wo nya 500 Ghana cedis per na ne fie. Exactly.
That's true.
Enti no.
Go ensure sinkrofo apampem na omoton kwan ho no. O show mo na e say o mu nya scan free ma wo dada. But that kind of money can do that kind of job.
Into no sa niema we a me sha asie ama emma ne bebre wo munya dia wo mo de ye ndwuma kakra because you are giving it to associations and individuals. Oko association bi wo e bia 10,000 wo de ma association no manage into wo nkasa etumi form cooperative and manage wo mo de as a son of the land. These are the little things I can do and I am doing to support our women in Ablekuma Central constituency. Health for All program. And also ya dia ya ma me no mo wo we obi wo hypertension, obi wo high blood pressure e woni hu so onim. Every 3 months biano my policy and they say me free health screening across the length and breadth of Ablekuma Central. Send be ya ye ma me nom ye betumi a check wo mo, ye papa nom ye betumi a check wo mo e ade ya shase for the past 2-3 years. Ma shase ma pilot amehu say ye djuma. Now, anytime I do biano so we have a lot of people coming in to check their health, conditions near there, and it is working. I'm collaborating with some institutions. One more day and near sometimes you hear machines. Yeah, my minimum to check more pressure near there. Send your money in a macra eba near Dama one free. Almost show them and no idea.
A BP machines or more be used for my dear fee.
We wouldn't be
man paying for
share. Areas when you're connected there are many organizations around the world. Their responsibility is to take care of needy people. We are connected at winning. Metumi akokro bi so sesi ya ne menya be 100,000 BB machines. And no free.
Free. What the answer would be about?
And no, yeah, they support it.
Wow.
And these organizations are in Canada, they are in the US, they are in the UK. What you say? It is all about your connection. It's about how open you are, to the world around you and the things that are available to you. It's like make us say, exactly. But ningina e wo ho. Into no ningina e yempaibo. Say Ablekuma Central constituency for binya gidie bi wo mu say edwuma na wa hya ase say wo ye no ampa yakopon ya dom na so be member of parliament obetumi ebie mu na obia ya den enso so enye bi
na no e bada ben
e ya de ma hya ase I started to the women of course the health support health for all program no e hya ase 2 years ago and so far it's been very effective. About a month ago, 4 weeks ago, close the third phase, Ewolatebi Okoshi electoral area. And almost about 32,000 people. And it to me are benefiting from that facility. And it is actually working. Baby Obe Kubiano, Ube who say the enthusiasm, man for the bar, ebe check your blood pressure. All these things are things that I'm very certain say the people of Ablekuma Central constituency.
Enti who say among vision no education support ka ho na face sports development. What the share most every researchers nti ye ya wa show me no na.
Who say education support program no a program bi a schools bebre na wa Ablekuma Central constituency. Who say facilities be bebre wo ha ye hia. Materials bebre wo ha na ye hia. Enti no usually no who say na math sets na me de ma school kwala books textbooks na me donate ema schools obi wo won so obi hu say na ne papa ne na private school no wa share school ase dada obi hu kwan so na drop out abem ni ade san nema no e na make us sa fund we ebo kakra e wa Ablekuma Central constituency eno so no say yetumi ehyemu kena ebeboa the last BC wo mu tro ye almost the schools e wo nyina no nkwala ni nyina bitumi nya mathematical sets e koma wo mu a eboa ye unse sa nema we de obi unse ya catch parents say bobodin na examination hall de wo kwa e wo se utumi de ba into those things ye nema eboa ansa na nkwala of course scholarships a mede ma wo mu a wo mu kwa abrochire ekosua de ni nyina no ye nema bia eboa. The reality is that in most cases no say na meka ye no ni nyina ye opportunities a ewo. You know, Canada fund scholarships.
Canada for no.
Of course.
To me fund scholarship.
Chinese, they fund scholarships. US, there are many opportunities available to fund scholarships, government programs near there. As a member of parliament, as a candidate, if you are connected, that's a
scholarships. No, wow, to me,
be a brown crop for
what did you be sad? Canada, US, China for scholarship.
Ablekuma Central constituency. Enti enoni ejuma yakopon ya adomo a
ene kwame we are fa de man ntem why na just say MPs ni bi wo ha ya MPs ni bi aboye kapa
sports development and we here look the talent in Ablekuma Central constituency no serious. We have talent and kasa and you know one of the major things is what me enema me to me ekoma young crop for youth be say group bi wo ho omo pe jerseys omo pe footballs near there, but most importantly my recent discovery and achievement am to me your park bi ewo Manbrook electoral area a friend of Manbrook Park na betumi rera no within the next few months ye ba be no astroturf inti Manbrook electoral area for
omo benya
astroturf papa ye betumi abobo so sa parki adaho for many years. There have been many attempts to get it done, but it has not happened. But God being so good, lobbying skills near dear you to me I discovered within the next few weeks no ye ba be sign a contract no nasa Manbrook Park no ye ba be no astroturf
na maintenance nka ho
to me aye na to me abobo. So of course one biggest challenge I face e wo ye krom ye maintenance culture enu nti na enema bebre no utumi eye sa facilities ya amanfo advice so say though why you no bobodian say ubenya etuo bia ubeje ne kakra eno sa to no na ubeden ubetumi e dia maintain sa parks no so mo anya ne sa na sanye yie sa dia ubehu na you know how to maintain it becomes a problem.
Bebre ya boye kakwa because e bi wo ho a say yentumi a maintain nti ya ye astroturf so e bi anwen ne se and sisi won ade and these are some of the things sisi wani so a person ye e de bo Ablekuma for Facebook for ho a mama ye nkwa na mi se bisa question na me Ablekuma for Ablekuma Central na ye adwuma me so maybe a phone line ma to me afre Ablekuma Central me one of the things I ne niam ahodo a me hu ni bi na me bisa ye no drainage system gutters ne ade e we flat nsuo to a ya na ha o mo papa akwan inner road Ablekuma Central me ani bi wo ho a wo car na wote ho a wo car na duru tise wo park wo kwan ho no wanante awura fi kwan nya bi nya eno no o how I wo ho no mo a mebisa ho asem ni ayi wo Facebook what they about say Ablekuma Central will bounce back under Jefferson. It's possible. Samibio was signed about say there is hope for Ablekuma Central with Jefferson. Michael Ablekuma Central or say Michael says Jefferson Sackey is the best gentleman to represent Ablekuma Central constituency. Kwabena Champon Parry or say I am from Adribu Sani Abono Adrimbu Mataheko Mataheko. Ask Sackey who made the funds available for Eben? Forget this guy, Mate. Who made the funds? They maintain you glad. Auntie, Kobobi or actually Muye na Menya in Yadia. Many have benefited from him in the constituency. His name is across the constituency for his good work. The nipa me no na challenge was so high. Nti mo frame mo frame na ye nin come from Ablekuma Central 0556692445 0556692445 more Ablekuma Central ye nin come na pay na mo parliamentary candidate from the NPP Abaha ya or how ba ku mienu miensa bi wo ho a mo keka kan ne ehwe se ebekwa akosi sen anape machi ye from say na frame fe Mate. Your friend said, "I'm afraid of him." You, Mate. More how to say, Miniaba.
Madam, I say more on say. Yeah, below. Yaman kuye my comedy. I show for now, Mokana, Mudaka.
Yeah, you won't
to be a yampo. Bye bye.
Mate, Medas, Papa. Ne de no wo se kwamde no ate kwamde wa yen fire fru pan shan ban ti kwamde ne papa people honestly I mean grofobre sikani ho economy na yedene amanfo aso ayehye. Do you have anything in mind to well, one of these things ma also bebo for ama wo money ade. Apart from that, I mean, you're giving jobs to Mebunu Binti is also part of the things that you want to do. Any other measure that you want to reduce some of these stress of the youth?
I think we are seeing yading. Very difficult across the globe. Just about a few months ago, na ensure obeto ewo abruchiri na ebia 50 cent ena wotono a bottle of water. Sisia a bottle of water echo $1. Into over conversion now $1 no per the CD equivalent. So you're looking at 16 Ghana cedis US. Ukra 16 cedis and so between a bottle of water. So Ghana ha a bottle of water saying.
Almost work at your neighbor the other door so say
exactly. But in any case, comparison now, okay.
Marchala pay frost and African.
Good morning. My favorite Ablekuma Central.
You, young quay. Your frost and now Modi.
The favorite now.
Now,
no. And then I said, when you are working. Now, so your roads no and
Mark Quine yet.
When you free downright from a scenario, Ramo ever salvation final.
I mean,
and you can show and into your strum of Mamma, my about a drop. I'm a woman, I'm my appeal. Strum of
Martimedas.
And see, baby, I'm 1 year and it's your back.
Oh, there may be 2 years. Your problem, dear Tipayo.
But Obina, Daroma, 1 year ball who am I? And I have been so deep into a strum. A motion among the pipe, my and a ball will soon. What did I know who now to count? Into a strum, motion a pipe in my pa.
Medasepa, Nankan crime and crime fin the Edena. To WOHO. Wabra pipe or honey.
Sad and right, a quino, a car, a quina MC, you know, a drawn it up. Your day drip machine, no, a quaco grediso. Into no, na with your Mwakoma and Toyem within the next few weeks, no machines never. Now you make sure says quino, you to me, I am. Why?
Martiana pay. Your friend say now.
Madam, the firm allergy made.
Young quay.
One corner about kind Astrotech, you know. Astrotech, you know,
Astrotech.
Yahoo will be concentrated. And so you know, being a discount a good bottle. And I feel also on Baba, my blue fact, now my Astrotech. Scanner Yahoo, alone as no acquisition no more documents, very now scanner copy bottle, their copy bottle. Nothing is done about it. And me, also talk, you should come clear. Thank you very much, madam.
Mr. Medasepa, almost say Astrotef, and it's a dear bassa.
Astrotef, say government, yeah, government, I know, or they will be or be to me, you so. And you know, they should be very rest assured. Say, Brook Park, no ye a idea ye be jama community nankasa na community nankasa am manage because community ni manage a na obi anya den e benefit from it. At the end of the day, no, the most important thing is say you be to me I find the ways and means of managing it because management now I think there is a clear management system for all astroturfs across the country, and I think it's the same procedure that is going to be used to make sure say Sam and Brook Park on you be to me aye. But let's also be reminded say it is one of the many developmental projects that is seen in Ablekuma Central constituency. Into no sanya yakano ye be ja adeno ama community no na community no I find the ways and means that you be to me a manage government once in a while bebem send be a maintenance culture no you to me a stabilizing no
right
fine
the one who so your friend saying
but your friend Charles
yankwai
I'm Pacho. The percent besides $1 million na ewan.
One MPO.
And Pacho, I don't be so no NPP form paying for no. And me bisana or NPP million net. And so no more me bisana no more money paying for in chair baby. That is also be a factor no so ewan hefa.
Me o Ablekuma ho.
Pacho I'm more perfect.
More how Ablekuma Central ye dey.
Ya how dey bebre. Ya how ye bebre. Say o to say no. Ogo to ade a wuntumi nto o to ade aye nto ubotom why I didn't ya to so be o foka mami enye enti no mamu mabreni medunye no about to top up so enye ebese na nado card ye chen say e say about me a chere mo ntoma mo befra na mo card ye muntimi nye keka ni nyina agu so say ya meto abanza fa mamo
me da se pa na menyin ni say panimu sa obi betimi aka contract no abeka seba omi a tire obi ntro me sɛ mo ya ma mfa mo ka pote ade pote o se na ya o ne sɛ o nyes kan fa ka oh dem ti ene ade a
economy no say na ye can beginning no we are seeing na ye din kakra but a resheme wo ho ne sɛ enhyehyɛ bebre na ban dia hye ho a enema ebe soften grounds ube hu sɛ abra covid ba ye no enema sesan automatically. And we are still in the recovery process. But every indication available, no say, and Niema is going to get better within the next few months. And to me, I'm catching Crawford say, the most important thing, the basic foundations are was a government editor no election year bia wonim sɛ yɛte nneɛma ɛhyɛ yɛ den kakra ne adeɛ but the most important ne say yɛbɛtie policies a mpanifo a ɛpɛ sɛ wɔmbɛdi yɛnim no policies so mode ato hɔ Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the policy here very clear on digitalization. It's very clear on how to continue with the education sector. You know, Nanado Danko Ekufuado Ashasiye. It is very clear on the things that he wants to do to stabilize, you know, our city and the things that he wants to do, digital economy, to get things back on track. We are moving to a different sector of this world. We are moving into an era of digitalization. I keep saying, say, people should be rest assured and have confidence. Look, when we came to power...
Good morning.
Martin.
Good morning.
Pastor FM is Steven.
Yo, Steven, young quay.
Me pacho, you know, baby, and penny for more baby, and some of my better bia, me into me who the any the The Diana so drunk as it or the begin money be a guaquem clay. Nana do buy the same thing of better shares.
Original ho. Mr. Moment, share or more Ablekuma Central titru. Now let's discuss Ablekuma Central or how a WOHO no more near my more here quite say and they be MPA BB or baby I will catch no problem. If you say near maybe where to see share quite man parliamentary candidates be ya na MP na be ya ka ni enko nim na near to me koso. Moye ni general I into be the sa all them to us all up.
Yo, it's you know just assurance and commitment and ubia why you be done on no see obeya dia otumiye. And the policies that, you know, Nana Danko Ekufuado, Eshishato, you know, in his first 2 years in office, balancing our CD rate, you know, the interest rates, our, you know, everything was working on well until say, of course, the global economic challenge in the bar. But even in the midst of all those challenges, yenya big problems like we used to have around 2016. Na yenya global economic meltdown bia banso no power crane yentumi nya bi e wo yeman yimu. But see yeti.
And I say ho adum so ba kakra mo ma me fa next scholar. Ma tia na pay. Oh, na say IPPC ka mo di enti na say ho afin kakra be hours bi na san.
Oh, sure say maintenance there.
Debi. Ma tia na pay.
You so.
Yo, your friend say na media the South Free Ablekuma Central. One me last scholar.
That's why.
Yankwe.
Well, Ablekuma Hano. The major problem. Eya kwine. Na ensure.
True.
And I dealing with spare parts no. In fact, customers say you be ya ba. Omo kwine nature ni na se for no. The major problem ya kwine. And you best ye penny say so kasa onya ba omi asem. Ye no na edele. Da ba omi anu ka na do ho, na ba bia bedu ya bedu. TSN na ye no andele se de oka asa Ablekuma asam na yanka no. Ono wanja ono ntinche. No no nche ye. Se na ai ba omi amma. Na e correct say bia Mahama na ba na so bi ufro na ba. Die na obetumi ayama ye se ba omi amma. Eno na ye party.
Ma te me da se papa ene wo assembly so de dia ba kono to hansa na ka de.
Na onim say ejuma ye nipa ejuma na ye as a parliamentary candidate mabaye MP na me boss owo the biggest vision our person the best sa Ghana mine your challenges ye go through sisia no okasa uja no atwa enye ye because Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, minimum from 2007 to as a running mate to Dr. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo around that time, the level of intelligence, Adrian Ukra, Adrian Pania Kumapa Ukrama Ghana Mine, and no person be president obi to me a dear leading na ni eniema edani nusono to me abeye amagana. Me beye MP na ono so eye president ebema ejuma no agwama me and only very important. But I can also assure the people say because of my level of connections working as a journalist for many years in many countries around the world, in Ghana here and even working as a PRO to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, my own personal connections are me to me building over the years and no enebe buame. In addition to the president that would come to ensure says our development na Ablekuma Central constituency for ye hiano yensa etumiaka uhia MPA obeko parliament na ni betumi edu echi uhia MPA oko parliament obetumi rera corners locally and internationally na wetumi ageniema abrand Crawford.
How would you assess the current MP?
Politically, I don't think it would be right for me to do that. I think it would. I think if I were there, I would have done things differently. Because me share ejuma Honorable Ebenezer Baye only 4 years. Or na me de compare ni dear 4 years now. I have very abysmal performance. Very abysmal. Because you see, one year she krano. I was say woman a man for a feeling say you are there for them. I will say at least utumi kuma unkrofo ewa Ablekuma Central constituency. I will say woman yeti say o kasa ama constituency no, because at the end of the day it is only a loud voice with commitment, with a lot of connections. And I able to me aye juma year as a member of parliament.
So you mumu of parliament.
Menkasa, but the kind of constituency Ablekuma Central constituency 1999. In fact, it was Ablekuma Central constituency that projected and gave the NPP a clear path to victory in the election, the main election that came after. What you say? Inti a constituency asebe eso. A constituency who abuso kan for. So you can't go to parliament and be quiet. Yes, abuso kan for mbechire womo. You will matter for. So if you go to parliament and you are quiet, and in your quietness too, there is no action on the ground. Obu wa oyedin but oye juma. But to have quietness, silence, and nothing happening in a constituency like Ablekuma Central constituency, where we have doctors, where we have, our fitters, we have our mothers who are selling, we have our trotro drivers, we have our taxi drivers, we have our Okada riders, we have people who are into petty trading. You need a voice that can speak for the constituency. And for me, I think that is what we've lacked over the past 4 years.
You think you can capture the seat back to NPP?
I believe strongly so. But I can only do that with the grace of the Almighty God and with the belief of the people in Ablekuma Central constituency. Sir Jefferson co-parliamentar.
You have an idea about the percentage you think you can get?
I'm looking at 53%.
Medasi.
Onua 95.1 FM.